September 11th, 2001. A date forever etched into history. The day the world stood still and humanity watched in horror as the unimaginable unfolded. But what happened in the 24 hours directly following the tragic events of 9/11? It all began at 8:46 a.m., when American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. Just 17 minutes later, at 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175 struck the South Tower. America was under attack. At 9:37 a.m., American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon, further confirming the scale of the attack. By 9:59 a.m., the South Tower had collapsed, followed by the North Tower at 10:28 a.m. In less than 2 hours, the skyline of New York City was forever changed. Meanwhile, President George W. Bush, who was in Florida at the time, was swiftly informed of the attacks. At 9:30 a.m., he addressed the nation declaring, "Today, we've had a national tragedy."
Difficult moment for America. Today, we've had a national tragedy. Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center.
At 10:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 93 crashed into a field in Pennsylvania. The brave passengers and crew had fought back against the hijackers, preventing further destruction. As the news spread, the world watched in disbelief. Vigils were held, tears were shed, and prayers were offered for the victims and their families. In the hours following the attacks, rescue operations continued despite the rubble. The streets of Manhattan were filled with dust, debris, and an overwhelming sense of loss. Yet, amidst the devastation, stories of courage and humanity began to emerge. One lesser-known story is that of the New York waterway ferries. As the towers collapsed and chaos reigned, boat captains and crews initiated the largest maritime evacuation in history. Over 500,000 people were evacuated from Manhattan by boat in just 9 hours. At 8:30 p.m., President Bush addressed the nation from the Oval Office, vowing to bring those responsible to justice and reassuring the American people that the country would recover and rebuild. As night fell, the city that never sleeps was shrouded in darkness and silence. Candlelight vigils illuminated the streets, and makeshift memorials began to appear near Ground Zero. From around the globe, messages of solidarity and support poured in. World leaders condemned the attacks, and citizens from every corner of the earth expressed their condolences and pledged their support for the United States. Throughout the night, rescue workers and volunteers continued their tireless efforts, fueled by hope and determination. Their spirit of unity and resilience shined brightly, even in the darkest hours. In the chaos, some remarkable yet lesser-known stories emerged. One story is that of the small town of Gander in Newfoundland, Canada. When the U.S. airspace was closed, 38 planes were diverted to Gander, a town of just 10,000 people. The town's residents opened their homes and hearts to 6,500 stranded passengers, showcasing incredible hospitality and solidarity. Meanwhile, the U.S. government scrambled to respond to the unprecedented crisis. Behind the scenes, Secret Service agents evacuated key officials including Vice President Dick Cheney to secure locations. The National Air Traffic Controller's swift decision to ground all flights within U.S. airspace was a historic and decisive move that undoubtedly saved lives. Unfortunately, as time passed and more information was released, American Muslims and Sikhs faced backlash and hate crimes due to misguided anger and fear. Despite this, communities rallied together to protect and support each other, emphasizing the need for unity in the face of division. As a whole, the 24 hours following 9/11 were a testament to the strength and spirit of humanity in the face of unprecedented tragedy. The world came together, proving that even in the darkest moments, there is always light.